The dramatic monologue refers to a type of poetry, poems that are dramatic in the sense that they have a theatrical quality. That is, the poem is meant to be read to an audience. To say that poem is monologue means that these are the words of one solitary speaker with no dialogue coming from any other character.
The dramatic monologue gives the poet free rein to let the characters of the poem represent themselves without any hindrance of a narrative voice outside of themselves. In this way, the character and the reader stand face to face as close as possible. Hence, the reader can see the true essence of the character he is reading about. It is like the character is his own advocate and the reader is his own judge.
Come in. Have a seat. That is my Last Duchess, painted on the wall. Looking as if she were alive. I call that piece a wonder. Now, Frau Pendol's hands work busily a day. And there she stands. Wilt please sit there and have a look at her from here? I said Frau Pendolf by design, for never read that strangers that picture of that countenance, depth and passion of its earnest glance, but to myself they turned. Since none puts by the curtains I have drawn for you, and seemed as they would ask me, as thou dost, how such a glance came there. So, not the first you are to turn and ask me, Sir, it was not the presence of her husband only. Call that spot of joy on that Duchess' cheek. Perhaps Frau Pendolf chanced to say, her mantle wraps over my lady's wrist too much. Paint must never hope to produce that half blush that died. Such stuff was courtesy, she thought, and cause enough for bringing that spot of joy. She had a heart, how shall I say, made glad too soon about things like whatever she looked upon. And her looks went everywhere, everywhere. Sir, it was all the same. My favor at her breast, the dropping of the cherries in the west, the bough of cherries, some food broke for her in the orchard. She rode with round the terrace, all and each would draw from her like approving speech or blush. At least, she thanked me. Good. I don't know how to say it. She ranked my name, my gift of 900 years old name, as equal to theirs. Who would stoop to blame such sort of crippling? Even if you had gift in speech, which I have not, to make your will clear to such an old one, and say just this or that in you disgusts me. Here you miss, or there exceed the mark. And if she let herself be lessoned so, nor plainly set her wits to yours, forsooth, and made excuses, even then would be some stooping. And I choose never to stoop. Oh, sir, she smiled, no doubt, whenever I passed her. But who passed without such a smile? This grew, I gave commands, then all smiles stopped altogether. There she stands as if alive. Wilt please thou rise, so we will meet the company below. I repeat, the magnificence of your master is ample proof that no reproof of mine for dowry will be disallowed. Though his fair daughter's self, as I avowed, is a just dowry for me. Nay, we will go together down, sir. Notice Neptune taming a seahorse. This clause of Innsbruck brewed in charity for me.
And that is a befitting end for a duke of this kind. Just like his statue, his inner character stood on infirm grounds. He proposed that people like him should die like this, under the burden of their own false magnificence.